Well, I'm back on YouTube. Did you miss me? Welcome back to Football Manager Projects. We have episode 10 here for you today as we're playing with the FC Ingolstadt 04 once again. Today we're on the road against SC Freiburg 2, their second team. My apologies for missing 2 videos here. We had a little bit of technical difficulties with YouTube, but it looks like we're back on track. I'll get you in here really quickly to show you what you missed. The transfer window is done. We had a couple of guys finally go out, mostly second team players. Not really anybody to write home about. Alexander Pavlovich came in really as a replacement eventually for Tobias Schruck in defensive midfield. That's kind of what we're thinking about for him. 18 years old, and he came in from Bayern 2. And next, we have Angela Bruckner, also in from Bayern 2, who plays here on the fullback, right fullback side. And he was also an excellent looking player with a lot of very, very good potential. 19 years old. That's the sort of player that we want to pull on. In terms of how we've been doing, as you can imagine, we haven't been doing extraordinarily well. We had a big loss to Essen. Hopefully you read about that on the blog. Then we had this game yesterday against Wien Wiesbaden. His Wiesbaden game was starting to really frustrate me at the start, and I'll show you the goals really quickly. We had some attack in the game, believe it or not. We can actually attack if we really put our minds to it. I knew that the boys could do it. In the very beginning, though, it was Wiesbaden who had the early chance. And that was pretty poor there, I think, from Leno. This is the sort of goal that he really should be able to score from. We did come back, though, with a little bit right here. Schruck had that massive, massive shot from right outside the area. Which is great. The problem that I have with this, though, as you can imagine, is that Schruck, who is our leading defensive midfielder, is now the leading scorer on the squad. So, yeah, your guess is as good as mine as to what we need to do. We'll see what happens here. We're going with a different sort of team selection here today. Leno in goal. Nadyombe gets his first start. Jean-Marie Nadyombe comes in here at left back. We haven't tried him out yet. Togo International. I like the looks of him. I think that he might be good in the future. We have some problems here in defense. Our problem is this guy, Vizar Muslio. You remember him? Vizar Muslio, who's on 21.5 thousand euro a week. He is injured once again. In fact, he is out for, I believe it's 4 to 5 weeks now. A little bit better than when it started. It told me 6 to 7 when we started. I guess that was a week ago. I have some problems with Muslio and with these injuries. We're going to sell him in the winter transfer window. There's no question about it. We weren't able to pull in anybody at central defense who really was good enough, so we took this real tall kid out of the second team, 191 centimeters tall, 17 years old, Luca Lechner, and we're going to see what happens with him. I've got a bad feeling about this one. Diego Matos, and then, of course, we have Bruckner, Angelo Bruckner on the other side. Bruckner had a good game yesterday. Hopefully we'll have a good game for him today. We are starting Alexander Pavlovich here at that defensive midfielder role. And up top, we have Nalandon Kopats. David Kopats finally is done with his time being injured. He wants to start up here as the attacking left winger, but we're going to have him play here in the central midfield role instead. I'm hoping that he plays well. I am skeptical. Suleimani, who hasn't played well at all, is playing at that left attacking winger role. The reason why we're starting him and not Kabadai is because Kabadai is still coming off of injury. We're going to give him another week and hopefully not have him be injured again. Hawkins is back on the right, and then Butler, who has 0 goals this season and who has been playing exceptionally poorly. He is going to start up front. You can see 6 appearances, 6.63 rating, which is not great, and no goals. So we'll see what happens. He has told us, Butler that is, has told us that he is planning on scoring and that he wants to break the scoring drought and all of this. So we're going to point the finger and tell them to put on a show for us. We have absolutely no response at all from the team, which of course makes me feel really good. And we'll see how this goes. That's sort of the kind of save that it's been so far. If you've been following along, we've had problems with injuries for the entire save. We've had problems with morale for the entire save. Part of the problem is that I came in with absolutely no experience, realistically. I've never really played football. I've never coached it. And because of that, there's no respect for me anywhere. And as soon as I came in, half the squad wanted to leave. And then to make matters worse, because we had no transfer budget, I decided to take away the players' precious bonuses, which, of course, resulted in a lot more upset feelings. And then to make matters even worse, at the very beginning, we were playing a tactic that was probably a little bit too focused on possession and on defending rather than on attacking. So we have a lot of things going against us here at the start. I've been thinking about this and was thinking about this yesterday, and the truth is that as bad as things have been, if I were to start the save over again, I don't think I would do anything really much different. We have a lot of players in this club who had a lot of problems and who were maybe good enough for this level, but when we're trying to look forward to the future and we're thinking about maybe being promoted and being more competitive, we need to get some young blood in. And if the young blood that we have now isn't working, we need to get rid of it and find somebody else. My one big regret is giving Justin Butler a contract extension right after I came. He looked pretty good. I don't have any star ratings. We're playing hardcore mode. And as a result, I kind of had to do what I had to do, and his contract was coming up, and I thought, well, this kid looks pretty good. We don't have very many other people in goal up front who can replace him, and gave him the extension, and then he just sort of disappeared. All right, Freiburg 2 doesn't look very good. We should be able to hammer something home here. I want to see at least some sort of attack. We keep seeing us with the ball again in our own half, and this is the problem that we've been having all along. Here we go, Suleimani on the side over to Kopacz, and he gets that ball forward, and where's Butler? All right, that ball is tailor-made for him, and he's just not running. He's not trying. This is a problem. I'm worried that he may have become complacent after getting the contract. It's not a huge contract that we gave him, but, Football Manager will do that sort of thing, and will play around with squad morale, and you'll run into all these problems. I can see that the latest Sports Interactive update has given us our ad boards back. Don't worry, we'll get rid of those before next time using the old trick. And hopefully we'll be able to get through this match without too many graphical glitches. Another forward ball. That's the reason why we're on attacking, because we want to see more forward balls like that. We want to see the team actually try to score. That's beautiful, and Suleimani now has it, and nothing happens with it, unfortunately. That's more of the sort of play that we want to see, though, from this team. We want to see a little bit less of this sort of resting on our heels and on our laurels, and we want to get the ball on the front foot, not on the back. And Keitel's in there, and Gutau has got a very wide open shot, but Lino is more than equal to the task. I don't know if you can hear it or not. I've got the mic filter on, hopefully to get rid of noise in the background. They are giving us a new roof right above me right now. We're not upstairs. If we were upstairs, you think I would be recording this with a herd of elephants above me. It's not quite that bad. But if you hear a few pounds and bangs, it's not that we're not being invaded. We just have a new roof coming on. Butler now and Pavlovic. Beautiful ball from Pavlovic, and Butler is heading it forward to nobody. So we still have problems with this, and I'm not quite sure what the best solution is. Butler doesn't look like he knows what he's doing. Looked pretty bad on that one, and there is a good chance that we may try to just move him on as well. Suleimani now trying to get something forward, and he's got the ball inside the Butler, and there's the goal. There we go. Took long enough. Took so many games. It's been such a frustrating time. It's been so hard and so difficult, and I've been thinking to myself, boy, I don't know how long this save is going to last, but once we get a ball forward like that, that's quality, that's sheer quality from Butler, and hey, maybe he does have a future at this club after all. Beautiful, very well done, very well played, and I'm starting to think that things might work out better than I thought. And there's Suleimani with the second. Beautiful, beautiful, clearly onside. Great goal. That's exactly what we wanted to see with this tactic. We wanted to see that ball being worked from side to side. I had it so that we wanted to play a little bit more at the wing plane instead of taking it down the middle, and was kind of curious to see how it would work, and it looks like it worked pretty well. This will show us the offsides, and he's clearly onside. Clearly onside behind the ball. Very, very well done. Now we just have to hope that we don't overload the CPU as we're recording this on the same computer that we're playing. I know that that's not ideal for a recording setup. I would love something else, and maybe we'll be able to save up some money and get something else going on. I can see that the graphical glitching is starting, and I think that we're going to put ourselves down on medium mode after the break. Really, the thing that hurts the graphics the most, I've noticed, are these ad boards on the side, which you cannot turn off in the game itself. There is a trick to turn them off so that you don't have all this real frustrating stuff happening. Maybe I'll make a video about that eventually and sort of give you some hints as to how to fix your game. we can take another gear, I think. And let's see if we need to take any of these guys out. Probably not fully at the time. Nadombe is actually having a pretty good game, which is a little surprising for me. So we'll see what we can do. And now, excuse me for a second, as I go into our preferences, and we're going to turn the match quality down to medium and do what we can do here to start the game off. You got to love games on Steam. You know, every single time you get any sort of an update, it'll override all the changes that you had made before. I used to get so frustrated earlier when I would play OOTP. This is about a year and a half ago, because with every game update, all the changes I'd made to my sound settings would just go away. And I had to keep a separate folder with separate sound files so that I could reset it back to the way that I wanted it. In the end, I ended up just playing without the sound on. Kind of frustrating. And as nice as Steam is, it's always frustrating to see things like that happen. As Butler has another ball inside, he just misses that back corner. Beautiful play. This is more of what we need to see. We just don't want to see too much of this graphical glitching. And again, like I said, this is caused by the ad boards. Thank you, SI. Butler, though, with a very good shot, and we want to see him take shots like that, definitely. So we continue to move forward and see how it works and hope that we don't glitch out totally. Lechner now, and we get that build-up coming. Nadombe, Suleimani. I tell you, there's nothing better than winning to increase your squad's morale and to get the board happy with you again. I just hope that's an awful ball for Freiburg. But we've let them get away with it. I'm not really quite sure what to say about that. They're calling that a clear-cut chance. I mean, I don't know about that. I think that's kind of wishful thinking. He wasn't going to hit anything with that. Not a great angle for a shot. We're beating them on XG, but what really matters is that we're beating them with the 2 goals from our 2 men up top, and I'm starting to feel a little bit better about this squad finally for the first time really in this whole save. It's been a lot of negativity coming forward, and here come Freiburg again with another chance. Nadiombe, though, is more than equal to the task. Achinalandu and Hawkins, and he's got Butler. Butler, look up, Butler, look up. Well, you can do that, but he had 2 men coming down on the side, on his left side, that he needed to look up and reach. This is part of the problem, right? These guys don't know how to play together. Too much individual play, not enough team play. Lechner looks tired, and I think we're going to take out Matos as well. This is where we have a problem, though. I have to play Schruck back deep, and I don't want to do that, but there's not really too much else that we can do. Nobody else really wants to play in that role. So he'll have to take one for the team. Not exactly the best place to play Schruck, but at least he provides us with that important leadership and all those other intangibles. Now we just need to get the ball back. And Freiburg are attacking Wagner now forward to Gutau, and that's I wouldn't say that's a really good shot. That's a really poor defensive display by us. Really, Lino should be able to grab a save on that. I'm not quite sure exactly what he was thinking there. He had the angle on it. Little pass inside, and see, he's completely unmarked, and we have 2 men here, Allison, and it's going to be probably Schruck, I think. It's not going to show me. Who are standing in the exact same place, basically stepping on each other's foot. I've got to blame Allison on that. He should do better. He just should do better. And I think he knows that he needs to do better on that. So there you go. They get one back, and we hope that we can hold on. The prediction that the board had was they thought that we might be able to sneak out a win, but the more likely outcome was a draw. We really hope we don't have a draw. We'd like to win here. We need to win. I need to win to save my job. We'll take the ball off of him. Troy with the cross. Ugly looking crosses here from Freiburg. And ugly shots from Freiburg. They shouldn't have a goal. They shouldn't have anything in this match. I mean, they look horrible. They really look like a reserve side. I just don't understand. I don't understand why we're continuing to give them possession and letting them just sort of walk on top of us like this. I suppose we could think maybe it's the tactic, but when I look at this, I think it's more the cohesion, and that's a nice-looking goal from Wagner, and this is the problem, and it's all starting to fall apart. So much for all of the nice things I said about this team. I mean, we're supposed to be pressing. We're supposed to be playing them tight, And we're supposed to have players who are good enough to play at this level. This looks like they're just not trying. There's no question here of offside. I mean, I guess maybe. Not really, though. It was a good ball. That's part of the problem, I suppose, with having a defensive line that's a little bit farther up. But you got to be kidding me. I mean, it was like we just completely gave up on the play. And Freiburg now, and now I'm really starting to worry. If they do come up with something, then this save, like I've said before, might be kind of short-lived. Butler, though, has got to score. Oh, you got to score, baby. You've got to score that. There should be a fine just for missing that shot. I mean, that's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. He's beaten his man. The goaltender is completely out of position. And he's got miles and miles of net in front of him. And he can't finish up. He can't make the shot. It's just absolutely insane. This is the problem that we've had. These are the sort of players I have to work with. And then, of course, I have to work with SI, who have decided that it's more important to have ad boards on than to let me see what's happening in game. But no problem. We'll get that fixed. Nadiombe again, Struk, Pavlovic. Nadiombe, and he sends it back, which I think is probably the wisest decision, back to Struk and to Landu and Bruckner. And he's got a nice ball forward for Kopaz. I don't know where he came from. I thought that was for Suleimani, but Kopaz came completely out of nowhere to take a shot on it. And we'll see what happens. Yeah, they are in control of this match, which is a problem. And Kale now back to Gutau, who fortunately doesn't have much of a shot. And, well, I don't want to hold on. I do kind of want to win. Allison's just having a poor game in the back. There's no question about it. There is a question as to whether we should have, and Butler misses another shot. There was another question as to whether we should have loaned Allison out or not. The problem is we just don't have anybody else to play in the back, so we might as well play him. Good young player, and I do think he will improve, but we're having some problems here. We need to look better. Bruckner now, and we're looking good on this run, but that's ridiculous. Where's Hawkins? Where is he? Just doesn't try for it, doesn't go for it. He's not offside, and that's given them another one of these counterattacks. And Kell now, and Pavlovic with a very, very good stop, but he clears it about 2 feet away from him, and there's a slightly better clearance, and we're having some problems here. Thankfully, that shot was nowhere close to goal and had absolutely nothing on it. But yeah, we're having some issues here getting defenders who can actually clear the ball. Pavlovic, I mean, this is his first game for us, so I can sort of excuse it. But we need to see a little bit better quality than that. Engelhardt, and now Ezekverm is wide open on goal, and fortunately for us, he does absolutely nothing with it. Propenko again, Propenko to Engelhardt to Kale, and Struk is there to take it away, and up to Butler and Suleimani, and now we have a chance for a counter of our own. Suleimani sort of walks it up the field, looks like he's waddling out to Nayombe, and then to Butler, who is nowhere near it. So we continue to have problems up front. We continue to have problems with our striker, and this is another replay for Freiburg. I don't understand how Exekvem misses that. I don't get it. I don't see it. We're having a lot of problems here with whatever update has come from SI. These replays are looking pretty bad. This is going to end a draw. We'll come out of this with a draw on the road against this team that technically was supposed to beat us, but we really should have won. And I'm really frustrated with Butler, who had a good game, with Butler not scoring those goals. And we're going to have a little talking to with Kopaz, who played really, really poorly, and Lechner, of course. I don't think that anything we can say to Lechner is going to make things better, because he's just not good enough for this level. And so it is, and so it goes. And as always, if you like that, remember to please like, comment, and subscribe. Especially subscribe. We have a lot of stuff coming up. I have a lot more videos in mind. We have a lot of things that will come up that you won't want to miss. And we'll see how long we hold on to this save. Hopefully we'll hold on long enough to actually get to know these guys a little bit, and we'll stop ourselves from getting sacked. But you never know what will happen. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.